Hey guys, it's me, Miss Sherry, and it's Monday, and I'm missing you really bad today. I need somebody to be silly with. There's nobody to be silly with. My teenagers think I'm crazy. Well, anyways, I was online yesterday and I saw this really cool project. And when I saw this project, I thought, oh, I know who would want to do this. My preschoolers would want to do this project. So will you do this project with me? All right, cool. All right, you ready to hear about the project? It's almost like maybe like a science experiment or a science project, and you only need a little bit of things. You need a container, and this is kind of a big container. You could even use a Ziploc bag or a cup, whatever you have around the house that will hold what we're gonna be putting in here, plus water. So you need those things. You need a container, you need some nature, and you need some water. Can you do that? Okay, good. All right, so are you all set? Do you have a bucket or a cup or a bag or something to be able to hold all of our little things that we're gonna put in here? What? You don't know what we're gonna put in there? I didn't tell you that part yet. All right, here's the cool thing. This isn't just a science experiment or a science project. It actually has to do with nature. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna walk around and we're gonna find really cool things in our yard. Now, we're not gonna just find like rocks or branches. We're gonna find tiny little pieces of nature. Like if I look right here, I see this beautiful rose. Now I could easily just pick off the entire rose, but I'm not. I'm just gonna pick off one petal. So I'm gonna pick one petal off. Do you see that there? Just one petal, and I'm gonna put it right in my bucket. Now, I found something really cool on this rose bush also. I know I said don't pick the whole flower, but I want you to see how cool this little one is. It hasn't even opened up yet. Do you see? Now I think I'm gonna have to pop it off and put it in my bucket because it's kind of neat, just little like it is. Let's go and see what else we can find. How about one of our petals off of my purple oxalis? It's kind of like a clover. Ooh, that's nice and purple. That's gonna look so good. And I think I might even grab one of its little flowers. There we go. Look. Oh, look. There's Penny. Should I put her in the bucket? She won't fit, will she? What about you, Otis? Will you fit? Oh, he's over there eating a plant. How about this opened flower off of my blackberry vine? The last time I showed it to you, it was still closed and looked more like those. Let me grab that one off. How about a spearmint leaf? I'll put one in my bucket, and then I'll take one for my fresh breath. A spiderwort flower. And I'm gonna go ahead and take one of these little spiderwort pods that haven't quite opened yet because they'll look really great in there. I'm gonna grab a couple of these flowers. All right, let's put them in the bucket. We've got lots in there now. I can't remember what these are called, but I cut them off and they dried, and now they're just little white seed pods. I might go ahead and let's see if I can get a couple of them in there. A rose campion flower. Pop that off. Now, I know I said don't take the whole flower, and yet you're seeing me put all these whole flowers in there, but I didn't really realize how many small flowers that I had in my yard. So I think the small flowers are okay. We just don't want the whole big flower because then it's gonna take up too much room in our bucket, okay? Here's a couple more little round seed pod type things. Let's get those guys in there. Ooh, and how about one of these beautiful hellebore flowers? They're really neat looking. And I think I might even take this one off, and I might take it apart a little bit because inside there are these really neat seed pods. Lots of seed pods right now because everything's ready to be able to burst open and make new flowers. So let's go ahead and I might take this one and put the petals in. And then the seed pods, a little separate. We're getting more in there. Ooh, how about one of the leaves from this hellebore also, because they are really neat looking. See how they have those different angles? How about some blueberries off of my blueberry bush? Ooh, this hurts to take them off because I really want to eat them, but I'll do it for our project. Let me see, let me take one more. All right, let's put them in. Some of those mulberries. You see how they're slowly turning a little darker? I told you they'd get kind of a blackberry color, but they're not there yet. They're still working. I'll go ahead and take a couple of these off. Let's see if I can get another one there. They almost look like little red caterpillars. All right, let's put those in. Hey, Harriet. Some tiny white rose petals. Let's go ahead and get those guys in there. Purple periwinkle. Purple periwinkle. Say that. Say that 10 times fast. Purple periwinkle. Take a couple of these leaves. They're really colorful. Pull them off. Put them in there. Ooh, I also have some ivy. Those are some good looking leaves. Let's put those in there. Let's see if I can find another size. Here's a smaller one. This is a different kind of oxalis. Do you see how this is the purple one like we picked early? And then I have some pink ones too. And they have a clover shape to them also. So I'm going to pick a couple of these and a couple of their really pretty bright pink flowers. Some honeysuckle in. Thyme. Let me smell it first. Ooh, it smells so good. It's almost like we're making plant or flower soup. Primrose pods. Let me get a couple of those. Remember, they turn into this pretty pink flower that came from the Arts Together garden. Put those in there. And they're really bright green, kind of a lime green color. And then I've got some Creeping Jenny. Isn't that a silly name? Let me pick a couple of those. Let's put them in there. Ooh, dandelion. That's a good score right there. There's one. There's another one. I think I'll even get one of its pods that's getting ready to split, and we'll see what happens with that. Take one of our leaves of our fire bush. All right, let me grab one. It'll be so pretty and purple in there. All right, I can't believe I'm about to do this, but I think I'm gonna pull one of the baby peaches off of my peach tree. Ooh, I can see where it's got teeth marks in it. Maybe like a little squirrel or something has got into it. Maybe even this guy. Gilbert, have you been messing with my peaches? No, it wasn't me. All right, well, let's take one. We'll take one for our project. Can you see? I'll show you where those little teeth marks are. Let me get it turned around. I'm gonna go ahead and pick it off and then I'll show you. Oh, I could hear the tree going, no, don't take my peach. All right, can you see those little teeth marks? I think something has been trying to nibble on it. So we'll go ahead and put it in our plant soup. Ooh, look, I found a wild strawberry. That's gonna be perfect. The last leaf that I'm going to take is from my lamb's ear. Now you guys know this from school. Do you remember when you touch it, it feels really soft like a lamb's ear? And so I'm going to pull a piece off of that. I'm going to see if I can find some little ones. Let me see if I can get a little baby one down here. These guys are trying to make our plant soup with me. All right, so now I have everything that I needed in my bucket. I've got leaves and I've got flowers and I found rose hips, and if you can find little berries, anything cool like that, you can put in there. And this is how mine looks right now. Look at all those great things we added in there. All right, now the next thing I want to do is I want to put some water in there. Now, let me make sure this water isn't hot. All right, I ran my hose for just a minute because actually the water was a little warm, and I don't want that warm water to go on my plants because it'll make them sog and get all squishy and yucky really, really quick. You want cold water, and since I'm using water out of my hose, it came out kind of hot from being in the sun all day. The hose was in the sun all day, and that makes the water hot. But if you get water out of your kitchen, yours will be just fine. So I'm gonna take my hose and I'm gonna fill up my bucket a little bit. And now I'm gonna fill this up. Filling. Now you might have a bag or a smaller cup. You could even do a couple of these. You don't even have to do a big one like I'm doing. Right now that my bucket is filled with water, I'm just going to kind of mix them around in there, and then I'm going to take it and I'm going to put it, guess where? You're not even going to believe it. Where do you think I'm going to put it, Harriet? Where? I'm gonna put it in the freezer. What? All right, let's get it in there. Put it on a shelf. I'm gonna close the door. Whew, I am tired. That was a lot of work. We worked really hard collecting all kinds of cool things out of our yard, like flower petals and berries and leaves and rose hips and whatever cool things you can find in your yard. Then we put them in our bucket. We filled our bucket with cold water, and then we put it in the freezer. What do you think we have to do now? Yes, you're right. Now we have to wait for it to freeze. How long is that gonna take? Is it ready yet?
Not yet.
Hey guys, guess what? It's the next day. Our waiting is over. Are you as excited as I am? All right, let's see what's happened. All right, we can walk into my living room here. I'm gonna set the phone down. All right, look. It's frozen solid. Now, I did pour a little bit of warm water on the outside of the container to help it slip out a little easier. So let's see what happens. Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow, I can see rose petals. I can see the different leaves. There's my hellebore flower and some mint leaves. And I can see, little rose hips up here. And I can see some of my lamb's ear in there. Wow, look at this side. Oh, it's beautiful. It's just frozen in the water. Now, after doing this, I do think I would actually like to maybe do mine next time in a Ziploc bag. I'd like to see what it would look like if it was contained a little thinner so you could really see each side and what the flowers look like on both sides instead of being in one big chunk. You could even do it in a small cup and maybe do a couple of them. Maybe you could do like all pink flowers or all green things or all yellow things. I mean, it was so fun and exciting to see what would happen with this. I love it. It was simple, it was easy, and it's something you can do at home. And if you want to send me a picture or a video of what yours looks like when yours gets all frozen, you can send it to me at sherry@artstogether.org. I'd love to see what it looks like. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our fun, what should we call it, nature ice experiment. And I hope to see you soon. Bye, my friends.